So the Los Angeles Clippers try to attempt to sign Anthony Davis to a max contract, and Anthony Davis decides to turn it down. Now, Anthony Davis was on the record early in the NBA season talking about the possibility of him signing to the Chicago Bulls. Okay? And a lot of people are basically throwing crap assumptions on the wall, hoping for it to stick. Basically saying the reason why Anthony Davis did not sign that extension is because he doesn't like Kyle Kuzma. He wants him traded. He wants him gone. People are blaming LeBron James. Blame James. The list goes on and on and on. There's an article that's floating around that suggests that the reason why Anthony Davis, and by the way, I said this on a video when they eventually traded for Anthony Davis, that this was going to happen, that the real reason is Anthony Davis is not too sure of the Lakers' future. You're going to sign a max. Now, think about this, folks. You're going to sign a max contract for a team that's got an aging LeBron James, which, by the way, LeBron is going to be, this is going to be LeBron's last contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's having thoughts in the back of his mind, floating in the back of his mind, that he wants to play alongside his son when he's in the NBA. And I just don't theoretically see that happening with the Los Angeles Lakers. I can see a scenario where it could possibly happen in Cleveland, depending on Dan Gilbert, if he wants to sit on the LeBron James train once again for a third time. But a lot of people are saying that he pretty much burnt his bridge with Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland Cavaliers organization. Okay. Depending on how desperate they are, they might entertain the fact of signing LeBron James for third time's a charm. You know, that's what they say. But think about this, folks. You're signing a max contract for a team that's got an aging LeBron James, which is probably not going to be there for maybe one more year, and you don't have a future. You sold and mortgaged your future, the talent that you already drafted, plus future picks for the services of Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis got maybe 2 or 3 years where, if you're talking about a scenario of going into the draft and picking up a talented player, that you're not going to be able to do that for the next 2 to 3 years. And you got Anthony Davis, but what else is there that's entertaining for another megastar to consider the bright lights in Tinseltown, Hollywood, California, other than the movies, the weather, the beautiful women? At the end of the day, if you're a mega superstar, you can just buy a house in Los Angeles, just live there in the summer, okay? If you're interested in those factors. And I told you guys, when they eventually did the trade to get Anthony Davis, they gave up way too much. Brandon Ingram, Alonzo Ball. They gave up a lot of players, and they also gave up players that are good role players. If you had a very successful team around you. Josh Hart. A lot of people said, well, Alonzo Ball, I would have gave him away. You got LeBron James. Yeah, you can look at it from that perspective, but are you looking at it into the future perspective? Because LeBron James got 1, maybe 2 years with Tinseltown, and then after that, he's probably going to leave. At least you got Alonzo Ball, who can be tutored under LeBron James, and he's not LeBron James, but he can do pretty. His play style is similar to LeBron James. He pass first, shoot later. He's not a shooting type of point guard. Okay? Brandon Ingram, who, ever since the Pelicans got him for Anthony Davis, is doing very well. Could be an all-star. Josh Hart, another player that you could have gotten. So, if you're Anthony Davis, why are you going to sign a max contract with the Los Angeles Lakers when they don't even have talent around them other than him and LeBron? For this to work, him and LeBron going to have to be on their A. Anthony Davis and LeBron James will have to be on their A game. They styles pretty much fit. LeBron James is a pass. He likes to, make everyone else, his talent fits with everyone else who's if you're like offensive minded, playing alongside LeBron James, it will work in your favor. Their talent it fits. It gels together. It's not like you got two players that are facilitators. You got a facilitator and a scorer with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis can shoot anywhere around the gymnasium. And when you got LeBron James, that's, you're going to have to double or sometimes put your best player on LeBron James. So that's even lightening the load for Anthony Davis. So, a lot of people were talking about, oh, well, you know what this means. He's not happy with the team. He's not happy with LeBron James. LeBron James' fault. Kyle Kuzma, he's the reason why he's not signing the extension because Kyle Kuzma is still on the roster, which, if you look at it that way, fine and dandy, but if you're not looking at it as a basketball business perspective, then you're missing the point. If he signs a max contract, he's got he's got a year left with LeBron James, and there's no scenario where LeBron James has indicated to him that he's willing to stay with Anthony Davis. And let's just hypothetically talk, if he stays with LeBron James, you don't know what type of LeBron James you're going to get a year from now. Yes, everything looks fine and dandy right now this season, but LeBron James has been in and out of the lineup due to injury. Anthony Davis, and we're early in the season, he's already done missed games. So, what you're going to get with why would Anthony Davis sign a max contract to stay with the Los Angeles Lakers? Yeah, it'll be his team, but it'll be the same situation that he had in New Orleans, remember? Same situation. He's the only talented player on the roster. He's surrounded by a bunch of parts that don't necessarily fit him. He'll be in the same situation he was with the New Orleans Pelicans as he's with the Los Angeles Lakers. Better weather, beautiful scenery, a lot of women, a lot of food. LA is probably, living-wise, LA is probably a better place to live than the city of New Orleans, okay? Beauty is the eye of the beholder, But if you're looking at it from a pure basketball situation, why would he sign a max contract with a team that don't have enough talent around it? The talent that the Lakers have signed to make this run is only for this run and this run only. Dwight Howard is not getting any younger. Okay? They signed a lot of veteran leadership talent. Rondo is not getting any younger. He's getting older. Boogie Cousins is injury prone. Out of the guys I mentioned, Boogie Cousins probably is the youngest. And they got him for the cheap. And he's still working and he's still trying to get in the lineup. And he has coming back from an injury. And they could sign Boogie Cousins to a contract, and that probably would interest Anthony Davis. It'll interest him some, but then he'll look back and go, Okay, so why am I signing this max? I'm signing this max because I got one more year with LeBron James. They just gave Boogie an extension. He's probably here for the next 2 to 3 years. But what about talent around? See, here's the problem, folks. And basically, I will blame LeBron James on this. It's a funny thing about dictating where you want to go. When you want to exercise your power and your ability to orchestrate a trade or sign to short contracts, so you'll have the flexibility to move to other teams. Here's a problem with that. Yeah, that works for the individual, but that don't necessarily work for the team. And if everyone has the same perspective as you, then you're going to see problems along the way where you're going to squander some of your best years and some of your prime years because now everyone else has adopted the same mentality as you. Now everyone else wants to sign shorter contracts. Now everyone else wants to explore their rights, execute their power and their ability. No one wants to sign a long-term contract. No one wants to, just play it out. Maybe maybe the front office can have a situation where they can trade X, Y, and Z to play alongside you, or may go through the draft. Now, since everyone else has this belief, LeBron James got LeBron James in Cleveland. LeBron James got LeBron James by Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving said, I'm not too sure what LeBron James is doing, so why would I sign an extension to Cleveland? I'm not too sure what he's doing, and I'm not too sure what the office is doing. Let me exercise my power and my right for them to trade me to Boston. He went to Boston, went 1 year in Boston. He wanted to exercise his right in opinion. Then he finally signed a long, if you want to say a long-term contract with the Brooklyn Nets. And now the Brooklyn Nets having question marks about Kyrie Irving. See how that works? You see how that works? No one in the NBA wants to gut it out, wait it out. No one wants to naturally stay on a team, see if the organization can get you some other pieces around you, either through free agency or through the draft. Now everyone's thinking as an individual instead of thinking as a team. When you think as a team, you take risks. When you think as a team, you got to sacrifice a lot. When you think as an individual, you don't have to do that. So, I wanted to make a video about this because I've seen a lot of other people making videos talking about blame LeBron James. Oh, he's not going to sign the extension because of Kyle Kuzma. A little birdie told me he does not like Kyle Kuzma. Let me tell y'all something. Kyle Kuzma, if LeBron James or Anthony Davis walk to the front office and says, I don't like playing with Kyle Kuzma, get rid of him, he would have been gone. It's that simple. Now, Jeannie Buss has some favoritism towards Kyle Kuzma, but first and foremost, Jeannie Buss knows where her butter's bread. She probably would think about it if LeBron James approached her, but we're talking about Anthony Davis, a once-in-a-lifetime type of generation. You can still who's young, you can still build around him. If he said he no longer want to play alongside Kuzma, he would have been gone already. Kuzma is inconsistent. I said this in tons of videos. Everyone was adored, and everyone was mesmerized when he scores 30 or 40 points. But it's not consistent, folks. One game he can score 30 or 40 points, the next game he can probably score maybe 13. He never has, nor he will never be consistent. If he had the ability to be consistent, you would have already seen it. So, That's all I wanted to talk about today. I'm pretty sure people are gonna make videos. I'm pretty sure they're gonna, they're gonna come with this same scenario where maybe a possibility where Anthony Davis don't want to play alongside the Lakers because the Lakers, when you look at their future, they really don't have a future. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One, and I'm up out of here. Deuces.